First question: Do you consider yourself someone who made more mistakes than the opposite?
Of course.
Yes.
At the end of the day, building a startup is a journey of failures, right? So you go into this journey and you believe that you know everything, but the reality is that you try something new and no one knows, right? And so you try one thing and it doesn't work. You try another thing and it doesn't work. You keep on trying multiple things until you find the one thing that does work. This journey of failure is so dramatic. There are so many mistakes, so many failures that you are making throughout the journey. And the most important part is that you get up. Right. Mm-hmm. Every time that you fall, every time that you make a mistake, you go back and fix it and move forward. Mm-hmm. And if you realize that building a startup is a journey of failures, then there are two immediate conclusions, right? The first one is that if you're afraid to fail, in reality, you already failed because you're not going to try. Albert Einstein used to say that if you haven't failed, that because you haven't tried new things before. If you're going to try new things, you will fail. The second one is that you want to fail fast, because the faster that you fail, you still have plenty of time to try another attempt, another version of the product, another go-to-market approach, another attempt to make it successful. And the more attempts that you have, you simply increase the likelihood of being successful, because you only need it to work once. Once you figure that out, then it's done. Until you get there, a lot of mistakes.
But when you talk about failures, and I had plenty of failures also in my life, what can you say that is deeper and maybe more technical about failures? Because do you think we should expose ourselves to all kinds of failures, or are there some of the failures we must be like very afraid and should not go close to this kind of failures that maybe takes us out of the game? Is there any measurement of risk you use when you are thinking about trying something new, even though you can fail on that?
So, people will go into the entrepreneurship journey when their passion for change is greater than the fear of failure and the alternative cost, whatever the alternative cost is, right? And this is really important because you want to be passionate about what you're doing. You want to fall in love with the idea, with the value that you are going to create. And then you are less afraid. Then you are actually going to do that. Now, if there is one thing that I would like parents to teach their children, teach them to fail. Because this is how they're going to discover what makes them happy. At the end of the day, parents want only one thing for their children, to be happy.
If they're not selfish, right?
Yeah.
Because if they're selfish, the idea is not to make the kids happy, but to be close, But thank you so much for sharing this. And when you're talking about, how old are you right now?
59.
59. So when did you start your entrepreneurship journey?
In year 2000, when I was 35. But I started ways when I was 42. My first startup that I was part of was doing mobile email back in year 2000.
2000.
And turned out to be unsuccessful.
Because of the timing, maybe? Or because of the model?
We thought that we had the right approach, but then BlackBerry came out and had a completely different approach, and their approach was better than us.
Understood. So you started on your entrepreneurship with 30.
35.
With 30. And what did you do from the 30s to the 42?
So in the early phase of my career, I was a software developer, engineer, software engineer, and I was doing that mostly at a company called Converse Technology. So you might not remember, but long time ago, we used to have voicemail that when you get a call, that was answering the call on your behalf, and Converse was the leading And I started my career there as a software developer, and then I moved to marketing and product and business and so forth.
O maior evento de educação financeira do mundo está chegando, é isso mesmo, FinDay 2024, dia 19 de outubro, serão mais de 10 horas de conteúdo, grandes nomes do mercado, temos Thiago Nigro, Bruno Perini, Guilherme Bentimol, Flávio Augusto, Clóvis de Barros, Paulo Guedes, Felipe Spritzer, Cristina Junqueira, ou seja, um baita de um evento para você curtir o dia inteiro. Serão mais de 25 mil pessoas numa plenária gigante, no maior evento que o Grupo Primo já fez. E para você fazer parte disso, vou deixar aqui um link na descrição e você também pode seguir o Instagram FinDay_Grupo Primo para você ficar por dentro de todas as informações, tirar suas dúvidas e tudo mais, beleza? Espero você lá.